now we gotta be observant on the ask people how the audio is so we don't fuck it up like last time.
No, we ain't fucking up bro. We ain't fucking up, bro. Yo.
Yo, hold up. Before this starts, I need to know the bathroom.
Alright, no problem. Copy. Let's get it on. Let's get it on. Let's get it on. Let's get it on. Oh. I don't get my lowest self for platform. Instead, I get my highest self one. I don't get my lowest self for platform. Instead, I get my highest self one. Oh my goodness. What's up, YouTube community? I'm pulling up on this one, man. This is my spot right here, man. Real comfortable, real chilling, real good, man. Let me see, man. Let me see if I can pull up the comments, live chat. Live chat. Yeah. Yo. We got 2 people in here. We about to get it started, man. Alright. Yo. I'm gonna pull up on this mic, man. But everything's looking good. Everything's looking pretty good. The levels, y'all can hear us? Can you hear us? Can you hear us? Yeah, they can hear us. Yeah, we good. I can hear myself on here, man. Alright. I'm gonna pull up over here. Here, you take this. Oh, you want this?
I already labeled this. The mics, I labeled our names.
Oh, my bad. Yeah.
So you gotta slide over there.
I gotta slide over here? Nah, just swap it, bro.
You want that?
Cause like my phone, right?
Oh, okay.
I mean, I don't need my phone.
No, you're good. Then switch headphones too.
Okay. Yeah. This headphone, I like these headphones too, right? Yeah. Okay, so I'm forgetting. I need to do one more thing. Pull up. Okay, so. Let's get it on. Alright. Alright, yo, Kumar, you hear me? Yo, cool.
Yeah.
Pull up, man. Alright, toast. There we go. Alright. Toast. Cheers, my boy.
Cheers.
Yes, sir.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Get these headphones on. Oh.
So let me know, what episode is this? Episode
6, I believe.
Did I type in episode 6? Is that what it says on here?
I think so.
I hope so, man.
Will you turn my vocals down a little bit?
Turn your headphones.
Yeah.
Check. Yeah. Alright. Yeah.
It's good. The level is louder out here. I thought we were extra quiet, but now it's good.
Nah, we good, bro.
Are we? Well, I think it's too loud.
Nah.
Look, it turns red every time I talk.
Oh, yeah, I got you.
It's a little different now. We're in the big room.
Alright, man. Episode 6, right?
Episode 6.
With Koo.
Yes, the bass by Koo.
Yeah. So you saying you think like Kumarungai is kind of hard for people to pronounce, right?
Yeah, but let me see before I think about actually changing my name.
Yeah.
The people need to know the real history of Kumurungai, how I even made that name up. Was I was working with Moringa a lot, right? And the ancient word for Moringa in the Tamil language, which is one of the most oldest languages in the world, is Murungai. So then I was like, my name, Kumarungai, they work together perfectly. It just fit perfectly.
Fusion.
But I wasn't really thinking about other people pronouncing it and stuff. So
Man, my name is Ade.
People know that a little bit. I mean, I literally made up Kumarungai, so nobody even knows what the fuck I'm talking about.
People think I made up Ade. Except for my Nigerians. Shout out to my Nigerians out there, bro.
Ade.
Ade. They're like, you from Igbo? Igbo. Nah, nigga, I'm from the Bronx. They like, we don't accept you.
ADE with the accent.
You're not Nigerian.
ADE with the accent.
Still a black man, or whatever that means to you. So we don't classify as black, right? It's indigenous or right.
I mean, you could classify as whatever you want,
right?
Yeah, I mean, I feel like sometimes I refer as like so-called black because who really made up these terms? And I think there's a lot of erasure that goes on when we classify black, brown, white, red, yellow.
I'm not gonna argue with you, man.
I think there's a lot of erasure that goes on because there's actually so much more within all of those communities. Everyone is this like admixture of different cultures and different ethnicities and different everything, and it's like I think it's the most important that we all know our histories and try so that we can do our best to try to understand who we all are. And I think that's like key to like self-realization.
Fact.
So yeah, I think it's a little bit counterproductive to just sort of gloss over that and be like, oh, my family's from South Asia, so I'm brown. It's like, I'm brown, you're brown too.
Yeah.
We're all brown, but then like, no, I'm black.
You're
brown.
I'm not gonna lie, bruh. You know, like, I'm black and brown, right? But I remember I didn't know brown was a thing. Like, I think the first official time I realized brown was a thing was listening to Das Racist.
Yeah.
Right? Who's that, bro? But I still thought that you're just talking about, like, all of us.
Yeah.
No, it's very specifically classified. But when there were Indian communities in high school, they were like, brown, we brown.
Yeah.
But it's not just like we brown. It's like we brown and only we are brown. And I'm only going to be around my people type thing. And it felt like, wait, I'm brown too, yo.
Exactly. Look, that's why I think it's kind of
put me next to the paper bag, man.
That's why I think it's corny.
But
to me, it's a reaction. But and I get it.
Yeah. But as far as black goes, you know, I can let go of, you know, shout out to my people watching who identify as whatever you want to identify. I can let go of what. The only reason why I bring it up, I can let go of black. The only time I like, let's just say tomorrow I stop saying I'm black, and I just say I'm Ade, right? because even on the paper when it says, what are you? I just like bubble everything.
Right.
But not to say I'm mixed either. Like fuck that. I just fuck all of that in general. Because why does it even matter to those like to whoever's asking? But the only time I would say I'm black is around my Dominican people, just to fuck with them.
Yeah, you gotta let them know.
You gotta let the Dominicans know.
Yeah, that's
you gotta let the Indians know too. But if you should do it, bro. Like you should just be like, yo, I'm black. Like you gotta let them know. What would happen if you say you're black to like an average like Indian? Would they like? Yeah.
I mean, I don't know. I think
you never tried it.
I've never tried it. I mean, I think they would probably look at me kind of crazy. But it's also I think that, I mean, I know for a fact there is a lot of people from South Asia that came to this country very early on and sort of just got categorized as black. I mean, that term has changed over, like, if we're talking from like the 1600s up until now, that term has changed so many times about how they refer to non-white people. Like, there was a time where black just referred to all non-white people. And then it was like
that's me. I mean, I grew up like that. Like, I see you as black in my
and that's the thing
on my upbringing.
Even in England, up until I forget the exact dates, but up until more recently, like, blackness encompassed all was also like the Indian community. Like people, like English white people would refer to the Indian community as black people. And so, in a way, it was more like unified in a way. But that's what I mean. That's why all these terms, it's all based on, it's coming from the perception of the white man.
No.
And I think, and it's cool to reclaim that shit, and I get that. But I also think it's important.
Highlight emphasis on reclaim.
Yeah, reclaim that. But I also think it's very like, you have a beautiful, amazing genetic history of Dominican and Seminole, and it's like that should not be glossed over just to say we're black, we're all the same thing, we all came on boats from Africa.
Well, you never hear me say I came from boats.
Exactly. The people there's so much history there that gets glossed over.
I've been on a boat.
Don't want to look into it.
But I didn't come for the boat. I've been on a boat.
Yeah.
I went to but you never hear me say that.
No,
I can say I'm black, and then if you want me to get down, I'll talk about the Seminoles. You know.
Exactly, and I think that's important. That like people don't talk about their genetic history that much; it just gets glossed over. You know.
Black to me, I think we spoke about this off camera. Black to me is like a spiritual word. It's like a spiritual thing, you know. It's something that it's something of culture. I don't see it as, it's not about reclaiming this as taking back what American or white colonizers labeled me as. No, it's just what I think it is. For me, it's past that. It's not associated or linked to the traumas of it, right? But to me, it just means like it's like a feeling. If you're black, it's not really like there's some white people, right? Like, okay, you black a little bit, like you black, like so, you know, not even like the like I got Cherokee, like a little part. Not even like
I know
that.
What you're saying.
I'm just saying like low key. There's a little bit of
spiritual,
there's a little bit of like ancestors down the line that's still speaking through you. That was of that essence.
Yeah.
That sometimes when I see like a really really white guy, I don't have that connection. That. Because honestly, how I see it, it's like, this is just how I see it. Like left hemisphere of the brain and the right hemisphere. Black people are very right-sided. And white people are very left-sided, so straight to the book, straight to the point. And then black people, we just, you give us a ball, we just start, you know what I mean? Like, not even have to think about it, but a white person will study that person, study them and be the best fundamental basketball player ever based off of the study and the practice. And you give a black guy that ball.
It's the intuition.
Hook shot from beyond half court, swish.
Natural.
You feel me? So like, I feel like that creativeness and intuition is natural, and then white folks are more I'm not saying we can't have both, but more born leading with that side of the the mind and the brain, and so when I think of black, I just, it's more like a soul type of thing versus like a rigid type of robotic, like boom, like the system, like American system is very left-sided.
Yeah.
Boom, like we're statistic. It's all numbers and boom,
Get
documents.
your SAT score, and that's gonna determine your future. That whole shit was like based off that like left side of the brain. Oh, wait, yeah, the left side is the like technical side.
By the book.
By the book. That's what that whole thing felt like, and that's why and that shit had me questioning. Not really, but I remember just failing that shit so bad. The SATs and all, and I was like, but the questions were like dumb, but they were just confusing. And then other people, like friends I had that were white, were just like tearing through that shit. They were like, "What is easy?"
They trained for it.
And I was mad embarrassed.
But you trained for
as
it.
a kid.
Did you
I was
train for it.
No.
That's the thing. No, it's not about black or white for real. With SATs, I mean, maybe the only thing that's about black and white is that white people know that you just got to train for taking that test. It's about how you take the test, not what's the test.
I swear I had friends that just didn't. That was a lot of my experience in high school, was like having friends that just felt, no, they didn't even study, but it just felt so easy and felt like I was working twice as hard as them and getting worse results.
You know, I did feel a shift in school, you know, before I hit homeschool in high school. Like, I felt a shift where I was like, you know, I remember being like one of the first students in like my kindergarten, like I had the highest reading level. You feel me? I remember I was writing the number 1. I'll never forget this. I don't know, it stuck with me because I was just, it's kind of what I realized. Like I'm like, oh shit, I'm advanced. I'm an advanced type of nigga. You know what I mean? So like, you know how the 1 is like this? It's like it starts off with like a little like. It starts off on a slant and then it comes down and into the base.
Across, yeah.
That's how I used to write my 1s in kindergarten.
Oh,
and I remember I wrote that shit I wrote that shit like just regular on some regular shit.
Yeah.
And I had the whole class confused. They were like, "What? Huh?" You know, I was just like, "Yo, everybody, this is a 1. Why are you making me look like I'm dumb?" And I remember my teacher was like, "Ade." You know, she just gave me that little twinkle and like. You're
all right.
You know, like
you're gonna be okay.
Nah, just like they don't know yet. Don't pace yourself with them. You know, and then, like the reading levels, there was a couple other kids. Shout out to my homie Spencer. Feel me, white guy, but
education.
But
it's crazy.
But once I got to 3rd grade, bruh, I felt that shift. I was like, ooh. I remember doing the reading tests, the alphabet reading tests and stuff like that. And then now I'm watching everybody pass me in the reading levels. See, I was on Hooked on Phonics and all that shit, you know, when it was fun. And then it started getting real, just real robotic and really like, I'm going to grade you and here's the pressure.
Yeah.
And people were good at that. I was like, you know,
I
kept, my reading level stayed where it was at to the point where I stopped liking reading. I didn't like to read at one point. I was like, fuck this shit. I'm not, my book log is all fake, nigga. Like, fuck that. Like, I'm writing books that my friends were reading and shit like that.
Right.
Like, I'm writing random books. Like, I gotta do what I gotta do. Like, cause I'm not reading all this bullshit in this public school. Fucking, you know, Catches in the Rye and you know, I remember just having Catches in the Rye, literally just like opening it to look like I'm reading this shit, man. With books, bro, I would start a book and I would check out so fast, bro.
But you're still reading it, but just not retaining it, or just not even reading it.
Nah, I would just play the part.
Yeah.
I would play the part. After a while, I was like, yo, bro, this shit is boring.
Yeah, there was a while where I was really reading for joy. And then it got away from it, yeah.
That's more
like honestly,
recently for me.
Yeah. I feel like it was when I was younger, then I got away from it, and then now I'm coming back to it.
Oh, man. You know, I know that now I have the freedom to choose and be patient and find a book that I like. You know, I'm not a Malcolm X type of dude that would say, like, put your hands on everything and start reading. I'm not gonna do that. I'm not gonna read everything. I'm gonna read what I want to read. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But how did we even get here?
I know we started.
No, we gotta tie it back together, bro. Gotta tie it back together. That's the art of having a radio show. Tie it back together, right? At the end of the day, we all black.
At the end of the day, that's why we're both here.
You heard the song by Nas, Ultra Black?
Mm-mm.
This is Ultra Black, and the dope attack.
Mm.
No?
What about it?
At the end of the day, he said, we all are black. Feel it, bro. We all black, man. Even white people, they just gotta go way back. Well, I don't know. You know, that's just how I see it. You know, people have their own
Ideas.
They have their own conspiracy theories for all my white people out there. You was created in the lab, apparently. I'm sorry, that sounds tough.
You talking about Yakub?
Yeah.
Yeah, that shit is crazy.
See, I don't go too deep into that, but you know, there's a lot of people who like really.
There's a lot of different theories. I mean,
people really hate white people, man. Like.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of people that hate black people too. Like on the internet, I see some crazy shit, bro. You know, but people hate white people. Yeah, like, you know, I'm not gonna say I ever hated white people. I give a lot of tough love for white people.
Tough love that's the right way to do it, honestly.
Yeah.
Because you're not really accomplishing that much by just hating.
Yeah, that's why.
You're gonna accomplish more by tough loving.
I'm just saying, say this real briefly, and then we can move on.
Mm-hmm.
That's why I didn't really ever hate Trump. I couldn't find it in me to, you know. But yeah, moving on. You know, hate is unproductive. Right?
Yeah.
But no, we all are black, man. So that's how I was raised to think. But I just think that there's people who are connected to the source, and I think melanin really plays a part.
Yeah.
To that source, the sun, the melanin connection, and all of that. See, I didn't go to school for this. I didn't study it. I just what I feel.
Yeah.
You know, and I just feel like, you know, the more you activate your melanin, the more you're in tune. Which is why there's a lot of pressure on people who have more melanin. You know what I mean? The system. Why is there a system that's being put in place worldwide? We're not just talking about
worldwide.
We're not just talking about in America. You know, everywhere you go, it's like lighter melanin is being celebrated. It's on advertisements and, you know, all this stuff. And the poor communities are people with more melanin. The people who have all the pressure, you know, police brutality in America and all that stuff.
Yeah.
Well, at least what we see. But
it's like more systems are put upon those individuals to keep them farther away from themselves, in a way, from getting to that true power. It's distracted with
Andre 3000.
Exactly.
Across cultures, yeah. Darker people. I'm paraphrasing. Darker people suffer most. Why?
That's the question we just need to ask ourselves every day.
I think I know why. It's because we connected to the source.
The most power.
And if we feel inferior, we give that power. Just like how we were talking about last episode, we gave money power.
Yeah.
We give the feeling of being inferior power as well. And that that applies to anyone, really.
Yeah.
But the system is put in place so we can be born thinking we're inferior.
Yeah.
You know what I'm trying to say?
Definitely.
And it's like, nah.
No.
Yeah, that's why
it's important to know your own history and know who you are so you can reclaim that power.
Yeah, for those people who, you know, who hold on to that identity of what black is, the people that watch the slave movies that get put out every year, yeah, y'all need to let go of that shit. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, or people who like think that being in the hood is synonymous with being black, or like being in rougher conditions is cool, because they glorify the hood. You know, a lot of people trying to get out of the hood. You know, but then at the same time they glorify it. It's like your shit ain't playing in the hood. I literally saw someone talk about that. Like, your shit ain't playing in the hood. Blah, 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 blah. Not talking about me.
Right.
But you know, because one day the hood will fuck with me too. You know what I mean?
They already do.
You know, I mean, the hood fucks with me on just a neighborhood thing. They don't know about my music.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and I keep it that way. You feel me? Like
Mm.
that's just on some respect level.
Just
But
respect for you as a person.
but you know, like I'm talking about like the trenches. You feel me? Like whatever, you know, because there's a lot of glorified struggles. You know, whoever struggles the most is low key glorified the most and put
Mhm.
up there.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like associating that with blackness is crazy. You know, like or like, cause it's like now it just it's a false it's a false reality. It's indoctrination. Is
Mhm.
what I'm trying to say.
Yeah.
Like,
To try and define a people. And
define the
equate them.
people and you know and see struggle as value, right? Like the struggle itself is not the value. The value is overcoming it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's what gives it the value. Like, yo, through all that, you overcame.
Mm-hmm. And did
That's
this.
what makes it. You
Yeah.
know. So that's why it gets glorified. But it's like this is not. Stop all this Hunger Games shit. We're not
Mhm.
doing this for nobody's
Mm.
entertainment.
Mm.
Like, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Like District 12 shit.
Mm-hmm.
You know.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
I
fucking.
remember that shit. That was a book I read actually.
Yeah. Yeah. So yeah. Actually, all I had to do was kick back, relax, and let my teacher just read it to us. We had our books open, but she read it, and we was reading it
I
together.
like that. That's.
I was just like,
I
yeah.
love being read too. Also.
Word. I was like, And then we saw the movie.
Damn, that's a nice.
Field trip.
That's a nice class.
Oh, you know, no, shout out to her. What's her name? I don't know. But Miss Boyd. Miss Boyd?
Miss Boyd. That's crazy. I had a Miss Boyd too.
You had a Miss Boyd?
Yeah.
Is she Miss Boyd? I don't, bro. All these white women, bro. These white
Boyd
women
this,
really
Boyd that.
teaching me, bro. Like, bro, I gotta recollect my life, man.
How so?
No, just all these white women are really teaching me, man. It's crazy. I don't even know if Miss Boyd is the right one. I think Miss Boyd was a math teacher. It's like, shit, bro. Anyway,
Anyways.
what's up, my peoples, man?
What are the people saying?
What is it? What?
Check in on them.
All
I'm
right,
gonna go address one thing in the other room real quick.
all right, no problem, bro. So, we gotta talk about time, bro.
Yeah, that was the. That's
That was it, just the intro. Huh? You gonna adjust the thing to turn the gain down? Yeah, we clipping over here, man. You ready for that EP? For sure. For sure, for shizzle. I got one more thing to say, bro.
What's that?
This is some criticism to add on to what I was saying about. Oh, can you be really careful and just like not let the phone like tip over, but like dial the knob just a little bit back? Check. Yeah.
Right there.
All right, perfect.
Oh,
It's a clip in a little bit, right?
still clipping a little bit.
My people,
They were letting us know that it was clipping.
nah, they said loud and clear. That distortion probably is. It's probably not that worst thing, bro. Honestly.
Probably helping them hear it
Um.
on the phone speaker.
Yeah, I wouldn't stress it. If you Okay, so the last thing I wanted to add about the hood, right, and how it's being glorified. I see people who didn't really struggle like that, dressing it up as they struggled, and they get away with it just because they're black. That's fucking crazy, bro. It's like
Yeah, that's not cute.
people be playing the part, bro. People be playing the part, especially in this hip hop community. Downloading all the slang of the trenches. It's like, bro, you had both your parents in your lives stable and everything, got a house. You feel me? Like,
Cherish that.
cherish that, bro. Cherish that. It's just like, but people get that pass. Those people sometimes will get that pass, and if they play it right and hide their past and their history, people will believe it just because they're black. Isn't that
Yeah.
kind of crazy? Like
Yeah.
for me, you know,
Which exposes the problem you were talking about before of people equating the
yeah.
hood with blackness.
For me, you know, I live in New York, and like I think that it's becoming less and less hood by the second.
Hmm.
But I grew up, that shit was rough in the Bronx.
Hmm.
You know what I mean? Like every freaking week, gang is in the neighborhood. The Dominican gangs, the black gangs, whatever, something was happening. I was young. They would literally meet every Sunday, it seemed like, to fight with weapons, bats, guns. Well, every time the gun got pulled out, everything was over. Everyone ran away. But it would be like
Really, it's like a scheduled like
bro,
brawl. It's a brawl.
bro, scheduled brawl, gunshots. This shit was crazy. I'm actually thinking about it. Like
That's crazy.
he was shooting guns like multiple times.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And it wasn't my block. It was the block directly across from me.
Uh-huh.
And you know, that would go on until like maybe like more like 2014.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? But back in the Biggie coat era, when people were wearing Biggie coats, like early 2000s, late 2010s, New York was still just as rough as it was in the 90s.
Mm.
You know what I mean? Like, it wasn't until like 2015 I started realizing Brooklyn started getting gentrified.
Mm.
And I was like political activist, like, no. You know, using my Facebook accounts and talking about the gentrification
Yeah.
before everybody was on that. But yeah, bro. I mean, as for me, like, I can't relate still because my mom would strategically put me into these schools with these white kids downtown. You know what I mean? And make sure I was in enrichment programs, after school programs, on scholarships and shit like that. So I can't act like I was in the streets.
Mhm.
And I wouldn't even want to act like I'm in the streets. I will only want to speak on my own experiences. But in hip hop, I'm trying to navigate my way because people expect me to be on some street shit.
Mm.
Just because I'm black.
Mm.
Just because it's hip hop.
Mhm.
Like, if I was white, forget it.
Mhm.
If I was white saying the same exact thing I'm saying now, bro,
Yeah.
oh my gosh, bro. Nobody would really be paying attention to me. I had no platform, bro.
Mm.
Everybody fucks with me now is because I'm black. And I got some locks.
And some thoughts in your head.
Oh, I think you said some thoughts. Yeah.
I did say that.
No, like some thoughts. Like some
thoughts.
hoes.
Yeah.
But
No,
anyway.
you don't have any thoughts.
Nah, bro. Like, that's literally, because I feel it sometimes, like, yo, like sometimes in my own, like I'm not going to say my own community, but my people that look like me.
Comfortable.
People that look like me is like, yo, they kind of can't relate to my story. But I'm just kind of like, yo, I'm telling my story.
Yeah.
I'm telling it. I'm not faking it like a lot of people. A lot of people be faking it. A lot of people feel like they gotta start doing some wild shit just so they can rap about it. I remember I saw the gunshots. I told somebody, they were like, yo, you could rap about this now. Like, nigga, why would I rap about this shit, bro?
Yeah.
You know, like, and why would you be hype about that? Like, it's not my story to tell. That's
someone else. Yeah, something that happened to someone else. You just observing
some
it.
bullshit. That's just,
Yeah.
it's just some bullshit. Like, what's new? What's new about that?
Yeah.
I'd rather talk about some other shit,
Mhm.
you know? But, you want to segue into the next thing?
Yeah, we were gonna talk about time.
Facts.
We were gonna talk about time because last time we were talking about money.
Yeah.
We were talking about money being a function of time and effort,
Mm.
and I think that we could get a little deeper into time. I don't actually. What about time are we trying to get into? We were talking about how we spend our time.
What were we talking about earlier? How did we get to time? Is it
How we choose to use our time.
Ooh, yeah. This is a good one, bro. Time.
Time is the only thing that we, it's been said before, but it's the only thing we can't get back. the money, we're gonna make it, we're gonna lose it, we're gonna spend it, we're gonna make it back. It's gonna come and go, but the time is only going one way.
Yeah, bro. So I was homeschooled for high school,
Mhm.
and I had all the time in the world,
Mm.
you know.
Yeah, you were saying that.
And what I used my time mainly for was for art, you know. No structure in my life, you feel me? But I would just do what I wanted to do. That's been my life since homeschool started. I'm gonna do what I want to do. If I want to make beats, I want to make beats. If I want to freestyle, I want to freestyle. If I want to go in Photoshop, I'm gonna go in Photoshop. Final Cut, Final Cut, which I didn't get into that much yet in the beginning, but it was just Photoshop, uh, Logic, and Ableton. See, you didn't know I used to do Logic,
Mhm.
and Ableton, and and I would just freestyle it straight. J Dilla, Beat Nuts, DJ Premier, anything I could find. Shit on SoundCloud, Twami.
Mm.
Um, and I had all this freedom, bro. Even though I was depressed, I had all this freedom to do shit.
Mm.
And you know, I'm grateful that I use a lot of it for art because it created something. You know, met Mike, started affiliating myself with Slums, started dedicating myself to the actual grind with all my time. Anything that Mike was doing, Daryl and we would pull up. Anything I was doing, Mike and Daryl would pull up. Anything that was for the music and the art. And I've always had this time. You know what I mean? I've always had this time. You know, I would have a job for like, I had my first job at 18, which, you know, the thing about my life is like, every job that I've had, bro, I've been known as the musician.
Mhm.
I've been known as the artist that like might get big.
You're right.
You know what I mean? Like that's how people been like looking at me and treating me and respecting me. So that job was like I've always saw it as like a temporary thing. You
Mhm.
know, I worked like 5 months, and then the Earl placement, not the Earl placement, but um, the relationship started to work. You know,
Mhm.
started to bud.
Yeah.
We met in the studio, met Wiki and blah 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 blah, and I quit my job because this girl was trying to scold me for doing some shit like taking a later lunch break. I was like, you know what?
Fuck this.
You know, I was like, I ain't even
Yeah.
trying to hear you.
Yeah.
I'm
No.
out. And they were all trying to like get me to like, no, well, what about the money? What about like they were worried about me because they
Right.
at the end of the day they did kind of care about me, but
Yeah.
also that's a little bit of the fear mongering at the same time.
Yeah.
But I was like, yo, bro, look, I made my decision. I'm out of here.
No.
You know what I mean? So from then, you know, I didn't really have money. I just had time, and I just had time to create
Mm.
and work and boo 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 boo.
Mhm.
You feel me? I was still what like 18,
Mhm.
um, turning 19, and that's kind of been my life, bro. Just like time for music and creation, but with no order.
Mhm.
You know. Then when I turned 20, I worked at Trader Joe's because I was dead broke. You
Mhm.
feel me? Like dead broke.
Mhm.
And this rap shit, it just felt like I wasn't trying to sell out. So
Mhm.
I was like, I'll do a Trader Joe's job right now. Like I don't give a fuck.
Make a quick
You
buck.
know.
Yeah.
It wasn't a quick buck, but it was like
It was something.
I don't need to be this big rap star.
Hmm.
You know what I mean? Like I can go to work at Trader Joe's and it'll be okay. Like
Mm.
and plus I met my wife there. So it was
Mm.
more than okay.
Mm.
I worked there for 1 week, 1 month. 1 week would be crazy though.
A whole month?
Oh,
That's it? I thought you worked there for longer than that. That's crazy.
I worked there for 1 month, bro. That's
made
why
it seem like
Trader
it was-
Joe's was not for me. Cyrus,
I feel like I thought it was at least a few months.
1 month, people. I worked for 1 month, but that also was like I was out of there because it was like now the Nowhere to Go single was about to drop. You know what I mean? So the advance came in.
Mhm.
I was like, some bullshit, anything I sense some bullshit going on, you know, that I don't have time for, I'm
Out.
out. Like
Out of
I'm
there.
just out. Like that's how I treated 9 to
Out of
5s. You
there.
feel
Yeah.
me?
Yeah.
And then from then, I just now I was able to really like shout out to Earl, and was really to really like capitalize off of the production. You feel me? Like
Mhm.
I was like, all right. So I asked Earl if he could repost, this I'm selling beats thing
Mhm.
on Twitter. I was like, yo, can you repost this so I can get some shit?
Sell
And
some beats.
he reposted, and then like everybody was on my email.
Mhm.
Everybody was on my email, and I was like, all right, cool. So
Shit was
kept the
happening.
momentum going,
Yeah.
right?
Kept the momentum
Kept the
going with it.
momentum going. But look, that momentum died when I got too comfortable. That
Mm.
momentum would have never died if the summer of 2021, every day I was just playing straight basketball. So random. I was just
You
like,
told me about this actually.
every day, I was in the court like it was paying me, bro.
Mhm.
I got a whole apartment now and a wife at the time.
Mhm. You were playing
I was
basketball.
the only one working. And I would every day just hooping. Hooping, bro.
You should have been making beats.
I was just 2 showers a day before and after hooping. But I should have been making beats, bro. So it was like, I started really feeling that decline, you know what I mean, from then, because that was like my response. That was the response of the universe saying, like, yo, you have this blessing, right, to keep this shit going.
Mhm.
And you're like kind of taking it for granted. Like you think like this shit could stay.
It's gonna be there forever.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then from then I just didn't play it right to the point where I had to get another job, grinding.
Mhm.
And that was the longest time I worked for someone other than myself for 1 year, one whole year.
The past year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, just 1 year was like the longest time. Every time I've always worked for myself,
Yeah.
and it was the busiest thing in my schedule. Like the most I've ever worked for anybody
For one
other than
thing,
myself.
right? Yeah.
For one thing, like just boom,
most
boom, boom,
hours.
boom, boom. The
Yeah.
most hours. And like now that my schedule is opening up, bro, I'm like, bro, I will never take my time for granted ever again, bro.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know
I
what I'm
feel that.
saying?
I
Like,
feel that.
my time is everything. And I have a child now. So it's like, yo, like, I have to make everything with my time. Everything. I have to make time for great moments. I have to make time for great art. I don't need to waste my energy, Like, energy and time is the money, like we were saying.
Energy and time. Yeah.
And I was wasting my money.
Mm.
Good years. I was 20, 21,
Yeah.
22. You feel me?
Mhm.
It's fucking ridiculous, bruh.
It happens, but
Fucking
it's like
ridiculous.
lessons learned, right?
Yeah, bruh. Yeah, man. Fucking crazy, man. How do you feel about time?
I mean, I've been thinking about a lot of things as you just kind of laid out your whole.
I do that. I have a tendency of just
You
like
kind of just
timeline.
laid it
I
all.
break
Yeah,
down the
you
timeline.
broke down the whole timeline, and I was thinking about my timeline of,
Yeah.
I guess working, my timeline of labor,
Yeah.
and like I've worked a lot of different jobs.
Yeah.
Thinking about it, and I've worked jobs that have been really fruitful.
Mm.
I've worked jobs that have been dead ends,
Mm.
where I didn't even realize how unvalued I was at the time.
Oh gosh.
And now I'm not gonna break down the whole timeline because we don't have time for that. But
we do have time.
we do have time for that. But no, I'm gonna just get right to the point. Is that the place I'm at now, the time in my life that I'm at now, the only thing I value is my own time, and that's why
Mm.
it's kind of at a work for myself at all costs. At all,
Ooh.
like that is my own freedom, not really having to answer or put my energy into someone else's, put all my energy into someone else's dream or benefit, That's really what it is for me right now, and that comes with like inconsistency. You know, you sacrifice a consistent security of knowing exactly when your next check is coming.
Mm.
You sacrifice that for the freedom of being able to create your own schedule, being able to find something that you really actually enjoy doing and put your time and energy into that to generate the money and the income, you know? So
But I appreciate Kumar's time for real.
that's where I'm at now. Yeah, and I make time for this. I make time to build up my own businesses. Um, those are the things I choose to make time for, and it's like you kind of, I guess, you're just paying it forward right now.
Absolutely, man.
I'm just paying it forward right now because it's something. These two things are two things that I genuinely believe in. Like I believe in myself that I'm building a business for myself that is gonna benefit me in the future,
It will.
and the people around me.
Will.
And I also prioritize this relationship and this musical connection because that's something I also believe like is gonna benefit us in the future, like for both of us.
Absolutely, bro. Absolutely. I mean, the universe speaks. You know, like I said, like when I was doing basketball, when I was playing basketball, the universe knows that I'm not going to the NBA. I'm not going to the NBA. I don't have any ball handles. You know what I mean? Like leave that to the young niggas, like to think that they going to the NBA.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Like I know I'm not going to the NBA, so to do that with my time was more like just like
Distraction.
there you go. I was distracting myself from it, and to be honest, at that time I didn't really. I was making 10 beats a day. I came from making 10 beats a day and working mad hard to the point where I felt like entitled. Like I was like I could do whatever I want at this point.
You
But
had
that's
a
not
bank.
really.
You had a bank of beats built up, and you're just thinking
I still do.
it's gonna
Yeah.
just it's gonna people gonna keep getting them until they run out.
I just I just felt like I was entitled to do whatever I wanted because I was like, I mean, if I ever need to work again, I'm gonna work.
Yeah.
You know, but that's not really how things go.
That's not how working for yourself works. You have to
Nah.
stay hungry and you have
Yeah.
to like really treat it. You have to treat your own uh, goals and passions like a 9 to 5 in a way.
Yeah, like, and the universe will respond. It's like, all right, so you want to become a professional basketball player, so we'll take away the, you know, the
Yeah.
music because you're not watering
You're
the
not
plant.
focused on this, yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, my music career needs watering every day. Every day.
Yeah.
Every single day, I do
Some little
something
thing.
for music.
Mm.
That's how I've been operating every single day. I mean, the past year with this job, nah,
Yeah.
you know, but it was a good break. It was a good hiatus.
It
know?
taught you to value the time that you have more.
Oh, absolutely. And honestly,
'Cause it took it away.
I would use my time to go on Instagram Live and all this shit, and you know, no disrespect, I would talk, you know, cause I fuck with the fans, bro. I really do. I like to connect with the people. You feel me? Like I have a good sense of like how to like interact with people online.
Mm-hmm.
You feel me? Cause that was my whole homeschool life, so I gained that skill. It's became one of my superpowers.
Mm.
However, to be there all the time, it was almost like therapy for me, because I was going
Right.
through a lot of shit with the industry, and I was just like basically in life, you know, and I basically would just use the people that supported my music as like an emotional crutch
Right.
because they love me.
Yeah.
Yo, when you dropping music, I could just say, oh man,
Yeah.
I'm loved out here.
Yeah.
So I would cling to it,
Mm.
and I would do it all the time, and then, but it was draining, bro. I was drained completely. I was
By
draining.
that?
Yes,
Hmm.
completely. I was draining myself. I'm just talking. You know what I mean? I'm talking and I'm sharing my energy
Yeah.
constantly
Sharing a
on
lot.
on the Instagram, sharing my thoughts,
Yeah.
sharing my views, sharing my voice
Mm-hmm.
constantly. Where it's like, nah, it's like that was not the way to do it, and it doesn't translate to anything that comes back So at the end of the month, I just like, it's like, all right, I still gotta find a way to get these bills paid.
Yeah.
You feel me? Like, so I had to dead that shit, and I had to go on that hiatus to really like take a whole break from everything. Just be like, yo, it's good to make some money, that's not from this music, because
Yeah. Do you feel like kind of disconnecting those things and like maybe like letting go of like the music is how I'm gonna make it, the music is how I'm gonna do this, like allowed your creative process to like
the music is how I'm gonna do it though.
I know. But I'm saying like by rewiring your brain in a way, by taking that hiatus to like separate those things a little bit.
Mm. It's it's definitely separated. The music, it's just the fact. It's like the music is how I'm gonna do this shit. But like I used to work so hard and I wasn't working smart. It's so cliche, but it's just like it's the only way I can put it.
It's true.
I was not working smart at all.
Mhm.
I was just working hard. 10
Yeah.
beats a day. Boom. You feel me? Like always putting out content. Boom. People know me for really being out here. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's how I
And
got
putting
my
yourself
reputation.
out there.
Yeah, that's how I got my reputation. But being gone, bro, and then coming back, I just feel way better because it's like, yo, we always gonna grow, you know. Came back with a whole Thursday podcast. I didn't have that before.
No.
I would just go on whenever. I have a specific time where I go on live.
Right.
It's Thursdays.
Yeah.
People know they could come Thursdays now. Before
Mhm.
it would just be 24 hours.
You never know. You never
24
know when
hours.
it could just
No,
happen.
you knew. You knew I was going
It was
on
all
live.
the time. All the time.
You knew. You know? You knew.
Yeah.
And then there would be some people in there, you know? But after a while, you're just like, what is there else? What else is it? It's just like,
Yeah.
come to the Ade universe 24/7. No, like, you guys have your own lives, and I understand that. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? I honestly wasn't being smart about my time.
Mm.
You know, had to turn the thoughts in my tweets into bars over beats because I was on Twitter just fucking on Twitter making mad posts.
Yeah.
You know,
Mhm.
like that's not the way. I had to dead that shit
Nah.
because I don't care about the clout as long as I'm using my time to make product. I see this as product. I see it as product.
It's something that people want to engage with
Yeah.
and interact with.
It's product of value. Maybe the live was a product, but it wasn't that valuable
Because you weren't really treating it like
It's
that.
not- yeah.
Anytime you pick up your phone, oh, quick, let me do this. And that. This
Yeah.
is, you don't even know the amount of wiring and shit and energy and time that we spent
the
trying
mics,
to just set all
the
this
mic
up.
stand, the couch,
The
the
mic
Casamigos.
stand, yeah, we got this going. The audio's going out into that room, back
Thoughtfulness.
out into there.
Thoughtfulness is really
Yeah,
another
thoughtfulness
thing.
and intention.
Intention. Thoughtfulness and intention with your time, because everything that I've been doing, everything that's in the works now, it's all thoughtful. The edits that I've been making, I'm approaching a different approach of thought.
Mhm.
I'm not just putting
We're gonna do this, then we're gonna do this. Okay, we're gonna roll this out
No,
there.
like we doing cross fadings, we doing audio effects.
Oh, yeah,
we doing
yeah.
all of that.
Yeah.
It's like the thoughtfulness that you use your time for. You don't just do it just to say you're doing it. I'm
Mhm.
talking about my past self. Like I'm
Mhm.
talking to my past self. Don't just do it just to say you're doing it. Like actually put that thought in, the care in, love what you're doing, be in the moment while you're doing it.
Mhm.
You know, I feel like I had this shit taken away from me. So now that, you know, it's been given back to me, I'm like I'm not gonna let myself down again.
No.
Nah,
Don't play with it.
nah, I'm
You're
not
just
gonna.
gonna
Nobody could take me off my path, man.
Mhm.
Nobody. You know, only I was able to take myself off my
Yeah.
path because I went to the basketball court every single day just to prove like I'm like that.
Uh-huh.
Because all the people was doubting me, man. I have an ugly jump shot. And every time I was hitting them threes, it got them mad. So I was like, I'm gonna keep shooting this
Keep
shit.
coming back. Keep
I'm
coming
gonna
back.
keep shooting. Y'all gonna see me. Y'all don't want to, you know. But that became a whole different thing, bro.
Nah.
You know, that's not my story. Nobody's gonna remember me for the person that has an ugly jump shot.
No, you need to balance with it because we need to go back to the court soon too.
Oh nah, if you want the works, I can give you the works, bro.
I'm like thinking we need to hit some 2-on-2 games because I got a little handle. My shot
Who's
is
the other two?
my shot is
That's my question.
whoever shows up to the park, we could take
Oh,
them.
okay.
2-on-2,
Randoms,
yeah,
the
yeah, yeah.
randoms.
I mean, we could organize a 2-on-2 game. I don't know who else is trying to ball though.
Yeah, no, we could just go randomly.
We
you know,
could just
yeah.
find some
I'm not
people.
even gonna try to think about who.
No, we need to because yeah,
Bro, I'm with it.
yeah.
When you trying to do
I
that?
have a little handle. The shot is sometimes on, the shot is sometimes off. You know how that goes. But I think it could be it would be a good team.
Okay.
Yeah, we'll figure maybe beforehand on one of these Thursdays before it gets cold.
Copy.
Thursday morning sometime.
All right. Yeah. If not next week, the following.
Mhm. We'll find the time.
All right.
Anybody looking to play 2-on-2 on the internet, come find us. We can play in Flatbush. There's a nice court down there that I know.
Play
And
anywhere, bro.
We'll play anywhere.
I don't mind.
Astoria Park, Bronx.
The one in Astoria is nice, bro.
Yeah.
It's right underneath the bridge. That was fire. I was on the phone with Kumar. He was
There's
talking.
also a nice court right by Hira's where we were today, right by that park.
Oh, then we out. Oh, okay. Forest Park?
Yeah, right by Forest Park.
Heard you. Yeah. Nah, I was on the phone with Kumar. We was talking. I had the AirPod Max wireless, and I was just shooting. It was in. Shooting. It was in. The guy kept passing it because he wanted to shoot around me, so he had to keep checking it. And it was
You
in.
kept splashing.
You know, and he was missing his shits, you know, and I seemed like a good pick. But once that game started, I hung up off that phone. It wasn't as relaxing.
I was helping you. Yeah.
The relaxedness was helping me.
I think that's
crazy.
key in basketball is
Oh my
don't
God.
think about it too much. That's what I noticed actually. I noticed when my shot is most on is usually when I haven't played basketball for a few months or something like that. If I haven't played basketball for a few weeks or a few months, it's like I'm not really thinking about it. It's just like I let my body just muscle memory just happen, and then the shot is just feeling just right. But when I've been playing a lot, I'm like, okay, I'm gonna keep my elbow in. I'm gonna get the fall, and then it just all falls apart. I'm thinking about it too much.
Yeah, when you think about it too much, boom, it's over.
Mhm.
You know, if when I just shoot, I got a shot, bro. It'd be like I've had a shot since middle school. It's
just ugly.
ball hand. Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
okay.
That's
There's
what
a
I've
lot
been
of
hearing.
players in the NBA with weird looking jump shots. Sean Marion.
That's what I've been
Lonzo
hearing
Ball.
my whole life.
Doesn't matter if it goes in, it goes in.
My form in bowling is super ugly. I push off the wrong foot every
Oh,
time.
I didn't even think about that.
You-
He's really nice at bowling though. That shit is different.
I'm nice.
He's actually really nice and serious about it and competitive.
Yeah. I remember my dad was like, "Yo, you got to push off this foot." I was like, "Yo, bro, look at the score right now. Like, look at the score right now, bro."
That's funny.
You know, I've always been nice with it. But bro, what position did you play in baseball?
I played in Little League. I would play center field, and I would play a little third base too, and shortstop when they let me. But I was a good fielder, honestly. I was nice with the glove. I like third base. I like center field because I was pretty fast. I could get around.
Any
Yeah.
diving?
Definitely,
catches?
I love to dive
Bro,
around.
I
That's
feel
the
you,
shit.
me too, bro.
That's the most fun part. Like,
Yo, I made a diving play the first game of my like the most competitive league. Not the division, like when you turn into a teenager, so it just starts getting competitive. Like that division, I made a diving play. Like the ball was coming, it was about to drop in front of me, and I went, and I like fell on my belly.
yep,
And
got the
everybody's
dirt.
like,
Yeah, then they're hype.
I was like, oh, let's
Yeah,
go.
that's a great feeling.
Yeah, I would come through with those. You know, they would after that they put me on left field every time, bro. They were like, nah, we need to get those diving plays every time.
Yeah,
That's how they
that's
think.
where they're hitting it, the left field.
But if not, pitcher.
Pitcher time.
Pitcher. I like pitching, man. Pitching like real zen mode. You have to get in that zen mode.
It's a mental game.
Wind up, twist the body. I want to throw a baseball again, man.
I haven't thrown a baseball in a long time. I was telling Nade today, oh, what's that? My phone is battery on low.
Yeah, 20%.
What's going on there?
What do you mean what's going on?
I don't know.
What people saying?
People saying anything? We're talking about Little League and baseball.
You want to tap into the chat?
Should we I don't know. What else are we trying to talk about?
Um,
Talk about the music that's happening. We have a show on September 30th. That's the next thing that's happening.
yeah, I didn't get the flyer for that though, so I mean that's still up in the air until, but yeah, it's September 30th. Uh, people just saying, they just saying, hey, as long as you're living, man. I don't know what that's. See, I don't know what that's responding to.
Where in the conversation that was.
Oh,
But
no. They're actually talking to each other.
oh, I
You
like
know,
that.
the vibes.
I
They're like,
like
hey, what's
that.
up? Hey, what's
It's a
up?
communal
You know?
thing, you know. We're just here to harvest. Well, no, not harvest. We're here to just harbor conversation, you know. Y'all chat amongst yourselves. We're
Honestly,
having a nice chat here, talking about baseball and basketball. You didn't expect that.
yeah, nah, honestly, what I've learned about the community, man, is that, you know, people come to see the music, the content, but then once they see the reoccurring faces and usernames, and then they start building with each other.
That's dope.
You know what I mean? So we got two people who constantly show love. They can that find the time to make it here, and then they see each other, so they can
And
see
they're like,
themselves in each other.
yeah, right,
You know what I
right.
mean? They show love and
And they
respect,
connect.
and then you keep that, and it builds.
Mm.
I've always seen that happen. As
That's a dope
always,
thing to observe.
I always see it, bro.
That's cool.
You know,
That's really
as
cool.
the era goes by, different waves of
Yeah.
people.
Yo, let me point this at you. Point this at yourself a
Sorry,
little
bro.
bit better.
Sorry. Yeah. Oh wow. It's major difference.
You hear the difference, right? Yeah. I just heard that too.
Yeah. Well, so what you trying to wrap it up?
Well, what? We got 20% left on the phone. We got some time.
Yeah, I'm chilling, man. We just
Yeah.
vibing, bro.
But yeah, I like this format. We're trying to do some talking, then get to the music as well. About to rehearse some new songs. Mhm.
What's that?
What that squeaky
Yeah.
sound?
What the fuck? Is that a mouse? What the fuck is that?
It's coming from over there.
Is that a mouse?
No, you know what? I think it's actually the air conditioner.
Oh,
Yeah, I think it's the air conditioner.
yo,
Yeah.
this is crazy. I just heard this.
That'd be crazy if there's a mouse in here. Low key, this whole floor is built up, just like on a platform, and it's all sitting on rubber or like neoprene pads. They rebuilt the whole floor so that it's kind of soundproof.
So there's no mice coming in here.
No, there might. Well, that's what I was thinking. I was like, could there be mice underneath the floor somehow?
Oh,
Maybe?
underneath the floor, yeah.
But
Yeah.
I don't know. It's the air conditioner though. It's all good. But yeah, yep. What else is going on? So okay, wait. Tell me this: are you back on your where do you sit with it now in terms of how you're spending your time now that your schedule is opening up with it? How are you using it effectively and intentionally?
no, I'm not. I haven't played basketball over there. Um, I've been awake. I can speak for the past couple of days. I've been waking up at 5 a.m. and I've been praying.
Mm,
That sunrise prayer is everything, man.
for real.
So I've been praying for just my form. One of my like go-to form of prayers is just going through a list of all the things I'm grateful for.
Mhm.
You know, some people's prayers for protection.
Mhm.
I hit those prayers sometimes, but in the morning I'm just grateful.
Yeah.
So I just thank the universe for the opportunity to create, because that's how I see every day right now.
Mhm.
An opportunity to create.
Mm.
You know what I mean? Like, what a lot of people don't know about the YouTube is that I edit like 90% of what I post.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? Like, I don't really work with other editors. that's an expensive thing in the first place, you know.
True.
So, but I have
And
the
that control,
basics.
and you get that control,
Yeah, yeah. So
the supreme creative control when you're editing.
so I've been editing. Um, we got this project coming out that I'm not even tripping about.
Mm-mm.
You know, I just know it's gonna be felt by some people. I'm not tripping.
Yeah, we recorded like 6 of the 7 songs, right?
Yeah,
Like 2 weeks ago.
yeah.
And then time's just been, we had a show in between then. We were trying to get a new set together.
I'm not even tripping,
It's
bro.
just been there, but we know the songs are there. We
As
know
long
they
as
hit
as,
too. The
as long
recording
as
session was excellent. We were like,
nah, it was
he recorded them right here,
set me up.
standing right there.
He set me up with the nice ass mic. I didn't have to record out the home studio,
Mm.
which I was down to run, but
Sent it right through the SSL board.
why not use the resources that we have, and you've been
Right.
providing access to this space. Um, so you got to get like really comfortable and acquainted with a space.
Mm.
Feel me? That home studio is just like I don't think I'll ever give up a home studio.
No.
I'm gonna have a home studio when I get my house.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm gonna have
right?
that.
Always.
You know what I mean? Like I'm never. I probably. Well, these people they did. This is like their home studio though. You know.
I mean, somewhat. I would say it's
probably
their
have
home
their own
studio in the sense
As a
of
band,
yeah, it's their home court studio.
they probably have their
But
own
then
home studios.
yeah, no, they do have the own little thing, a little own recording setup. But I also feel like it's maybe a little bit different for like different types of musicians.
That hip hop shit is just.
You gotta have a home studio as a hip hop artist, but if you're in like a whole rock band, it's a little bit different. Like you can't just have a whole
Man, no.
drum set in your in your bedroom. I mean, people do.
Yeah, yeah.
People
they
do, but
not in
it's just a little
apartments.
different. I mean,
Yeah.
yeah, I mean, same thing. Like I have access to this place, but I still have a little special home setup too.
Yeah.
Because sometimes you need to just be able to roll out of bed and get an idea out. I think that's really what home studios, the value is like accessibility and just being able to do it, and then get your ideas out there. Sometimes they're raw and beautiful, and they should just stay like that. But sometimes you want to put more energy and intention behind them and bring them into a different space, and then that's what you can come here to do.
Facts. I'm not tripping about that tape, bro. It's good. As long as the people hear what I have to say, I already know people are going to fuck with the beats because that's nothing new. But as far as, the brighter side of history, I put so much pressure on it to, like, save, my finances.
Hmm.
I was like, yo, this is going to be the tape. It's like, yo, people are going to hear this tape, and then they're going to be asking for my beats and everything. And but that's too much pressure to put on one project, and then look what happened.
Hmm.
It didn't come out the way I wanted to come out.
Hmm.
You know what I mean? It's still music though. It's still accessible and people can still rate it. So that's what I realized at the end of the day. That's what the music's there for people to hear it. That's
Yeah.
it. It's not for
Yeah.
this is for the beats. Blah 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 blah. See, like my mentality has switched. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and I think that's why things flow easier. I think it's like when you put a lot of expectation on something, it jams up the flow of
Yeah.
it. When you're thinking about the outcome before the process, it's like it's jamming up the flow of energy back to you,
Yeah.
you know?
Yeah.
So it's like once you let go, you got to let go of that to let it come to you.
And I'm also like really like full accepting that like I probably so like with the whole momentum that I got from the album placement with Earl, like I used that and sold my beats still independently, and I did navigated that through my own before even like before that I was like broke. You know what I mean? Like really broke. But what I wanted to say was like that was probably just a time. Like that's not the only way I could get money. That was just a way I was getting money at that time. You know, doesn't mean I need to stop making beats. And boom, You know what I mean? Like, I'm gonna be good. A Rasta told me from Jamaica that when you sing to God, you'll always be rich, but you're not always gonna have the richness in actual money. You know what I mean? The people that sing to the devil, they get that money, they get all that stuff, but they're not always necessarily rich. You know what I mean? So I'm singing to God. I'm singing to God even when it's not recorded. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
In my prayers, I'm singing to God.
Mm-hmm.
You feel me? When I'm my thoughts, in my movement. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, the way you just live your life.
So I do feel like I'm rich. You know, someone, someone, someone was on the Ade Hakeem beat making video that premiered yesterday. He was like, How is this nigga still poor?" You know what I mean? I had to correct him, like, "Yo, bro, I'm rich." You know what I mean? And he was like, "Nah, I'm just like going based off the car you have." I'm like, "Oh, he don't know. He don't know. Like, he think I need to be in a Maybach to, like."
I already know that even if you were in a position to get the Maybach, you would still got this
Never.
LX
Never
slide.
I'll never get a Maybach.
We can't even get into cars right now. That's gonna just wrap the whole episode.
Nah, bro, we need to get into cars now. Because I gotta say what I have to say, bro.
Say it.
These rappers be in the Maybachs that they rent and take the pictures. It's like, bruh, ain't nobody cares about Mercedes, man. I'm sorry. Mercedes don't care about you. Like,
Toyota cares about you.
the Japanese care about you.
They
bruh.
care about something at least.
They care about their products.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And Mercedes Benz really did care a lot. From history, they did care, and then they became the fucking Apple of cars.
Yeah.
And I have an iPhone, so I know.
Yeah.
My phone depreciates. The camera depreciates. How is a camera depreciating?
The camera depreciates? Like,
Bro, I
it gets
swear,
worse?
This is how people get new iPhones,
Bro,
bro.
your camera was cracked up looking crazy, though.
Bro, before that, bro.
Okay.
All right, before you start cutting my ass, all right?
I can say that because my camera is also...
Look. Peep game, bro. This is what's your iPhone, bro? You have old ass iPhone, so this don't apply to you. What's your iPhone, bro?
Like the one with
the
the
5?
It's got the
You got the 5, bro.
I had the 5. No. I had the 5.
Is that a 5?
It's
my
not
nigga?
the 5. The 5
Whoa.
was more of a block. That's like the
That
8.
is a block.
No, but
That's
it
the
still
8?
has the home button.
Yeah, that's 5 vibes.
I like the
That's iPhone 5
calm
vibes.
down with the 5 because I had the 5 for a long time. And I loved it, but that shit died on me. It depreciated. It absolutely depreciated.
Calm down with the 5. Oh man.
No, the 5 had the block size. You remember what the 5 looked like? The 5 looked like a block. It actually had such a better design than these new ones. But no, I love the home button.
Nah, I like my phone. iPhone 12, 11, iPhone 11. But look, this is the game, bro. Check it
I
out.
think mine's an 8.
Check it out, bro.
It's still looking crystal clear though. My camera hasn't depreciated.
I'm not talking about the selfie camera. The selfie camera is probably the same selfie cameras they've been using for all of these. But check this out, Red. That might not be true, but don't quote me. But check this out. Everybody, look, you have
10%.
10%. Alright, look. You have the iPhone 8, bro.
Yeah.
Right?
Mhm.
When did that come out?
Actually, I think it's the iPhone SE.
8 SE?
Something like yeah.
When did that come out?
I don't know.
Guess.
It was old when I got it.
Guess.
Probably like 2017 or 18.
8? Probably.
Cause we're on. No, they're on like 16 now, right? What are they
No,
on?
it's like 2016 it came out.
Seriously?
Yeah, So, right? So the iPhone 10 comes out, right?
That's actually pretty impressive. Then I'm like pretty impressed with that. Then.
Yeah. So the iPhone 10 comes out, right? The next one, I think that was after 8. They skipped 9 for some reason. So iPhone 10 comes out, right? What's the number one reason why that attracts people to getting the new phone? You can
Camera.
already text. You can
Camera?
already call. Camera,
Yeah.
right?
Mm-hmm.
Someone gets a new phone,
That-
their friend gets a new phone, and then they see the pictures. What does everyone say? Yo, that camera is crazy.
Especially on the iPhone, always talking shit about the Android cameras and stuff like
See,
that.
I don't even get into that talk. That's like Staten Island talk. You know what I mean? Like it's like stop shitting on it just because you think you're better. But the thing is like, once you get that new phone, bro, that next camera, I swear, bro, that next phone camera always seems better, right? And then your phone camera starts getting worse than from what you remember it to be when you first upgraded it. I
Oh,
feel like
okay.
the camera depreciates, bro.
But the way you just described that also sounds like it's in your head.
You think so?
Yeah, you start thinking about you're watching the cameras get. It's not that your camera's depreciating. It's you're watching all the other cameras get better and better and better, and then you're thinking my camera is worse and worse and worse. But
Nah,
actually, it's
bro.
the things on the outside just getting better.
That could be true. I think that's also a part of it. But I also feel like they depreciating, bro.
How would they even do that? Isn't it a lens or something?